Swaddy Carp, Ricky in Isaan, coming to you from our village, and the wife's left me, mate. I'm all alone. I should do that as a title like other YouTubers, eh? My wife's left me. Sometimes YouTubers do that and their wife's gone to the market. But yeah, the wife and her family are off. They're going up to a wedding in Udon Thani. I'm all alone in the village and I've got to hold down the fort, mate. And how's this for trust? I just seen this now. The in-laws left their keys in the motorbike. You kidding, mate? They're not going to be here till tomorrow night. It's currently Thursday morning. Long weekend this weekend. They won't be here till tomorrow night. Gone. They left their keys in the motorbike, mate. That's another responsibility. So I've got a bit to do. And we'll discuss the topic about being a foreigner, I guess, in these villages. It is lonely. Some guys can't handle it. I think you probably need certain traits to survive in the loneliness of a rural village. I'll discuss that more. I've said it before in videos. I think I'm just an odd fella and I don't mind the loneliness. I don't mind being alone. But I've got 3 dogs to look after. I'm missing one. I haven't seen her all morning. And I've got about 6 cats too. So I've got to look after the cats too. Here's what they've given me as responsibility. This is the cat food. I moved it because Luga was gonna eat it before. Here you go, one. But yeah, these are my responsibility for the next 36 hours alone in the village. I've also got to fend for myself, mate. Oh no, there's cat food in here, so I don't know what that food's for. But yeah, we've got all the kittens. A couple more here, I don't know if you can see them on the camera. 6 all up. And I'm all alone in the village. So yeah, loneliness in rural Thailand. It's a huge factor, isn't it? Surely not. Surely there's not a key here too. Oh, jeez. Okay, we've got all the keys. I'm going to put them in the house. I don't know. These villages are pretty safe. That's, I guess, a good point. Anyway, loneliness. So a lot of foreigners, they'll build a nice house out here in Isaan. I'm not saying this is a nice house, but I'm happy with it. And I see it quite regularly. They just can't hack it, eh? So they come and, live in their wife's village somewhere, out in Whoop Whoop, like I am. And 6 months a year, yeah, they either go back to their country or they move to, Chonburi or Rayong or Prachuap Khiri Khan, those touristy sort of spots, but maybe not quite in the hustle and the bustle of the tourists, but enough sort of foreigners around for them to have a social life. Or even the province cities. There's quite a good expat community in like Korat and Konkan. So it doesn't get any more rural than this, mate. We've got the stables here, which, besides the odd rooster, which I don't really hear in the morning, there's no smells. There's no issue living next door to that. They've got a good setup though, this little, this farmer. I quite like it. His land goes on for a fair while. But I'll see it regularly. I'll see it on the Facebook pages. Someone comes to town here in Chaiyapoom and they're posting in the Chaiyapoom group, which we don't get a lot of action in, so you do notice it. Where can I find this? Where can I find a dentist? What's the place I can go buy a new sofa from? Where's the best place to buy, a tap? 6 months, 9 months, 12 months later, I'm trying to find a company that will move my furniture. I'm moving to Rayong, mate, I could have swore I just saw you move here and you're telling us about your house. Not having a dig at these people, it's just, yeah. I can relate. I did it before you moved to rural Thailand. So I lived in a village more isolated than this previously, for those of you who don't know my story. And I struggled a lot. I had a lot of, I guess, depression. I had a lot of struggles. Adapting to the way of life, adapting to food. Zero social life at all besides the internet. That's probably where someone my age, being 30, has a little bit of an advantage compared to an older expat. Because all my friends and that, we chat on social media anyway. It's, you use Messenger, part of your day of life. But I guess if you're older, like in your 50s and 60s, that's less common, isn't it? I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's less common. So if you don't have that social life and you don't have an online social life as well, it's bloody hard. Luger, my little Pomeranian dog Luger, he was probably my little buddy who kept me going in that first year, because I struggled a lot, and I don't really share it too often. I struggled a lot with no social life. Out in the village, I lost so much weight. People thought I seriously was seriously ill. I got that skinny, just adapting to everything. And of course, life got much worse later on when, my late wife passed away, obviously, and here I am now, approaching my 5th year in Thailand, and I guess I couldn't be happier, but the loneliness still gets you. I got an email yesterday from a fellow expat here in Chaiyapoom, and he just wants to meet up and catch up and be mates. But you got to think of it from my perspective. Like, I don't know who you are. Like, you just get a random email. I don't know who you are. It's easy for people to watch you and know all about you, but like, to go meet someone I don't know at all, for me, like, I'm not that sort of person. I'm quite... So I'm not necessarily the answer, but I have met a lot of wonderful expats in the area, and I probably will meet this guy eventually. I just got to get to know him a bit more. But yeah, so just moving here out of the blue, building a house while you're in the West and moving here, it's a big call. It's a big call, because you don't know if it's going to go right at all with the loneliness, I must say. I see a lot of expats will go on holidays for a good six weeks a year to their wife's village, and you sort of get adjusted that way. I think that's a good way to do it. But I don't recommend anyone at all building or buying a house and then just moving here and thinking you're going to wing it, because you just don't really know. You think, it'll be much better than being in the UK working, struggling to pay rent, because once you get here, it is completely different. I am parking a car over here by the Great Wall at the moment. It's just so dry, and it just keeps the sun off the car. It's been some really hot weather, and as I mentioned in the last video, man, this house, amazing with the heat. So I don't know, the roof, the tint, numerous factors, but the house so far, amazing with the heat. Once we add in some trees and get a garden growing in a few years, it'll be even better, eh? But loneliness, huge factor. I've got it 36 hours. I've got no one really to talk to. Like, I could go talk to people in the village, but what am I going to talk about? What are you eating today? That's about it, really. Why am I not going with the family? Well, someone's going to look after the dogs. I'm not keen on taking Luger on a road trip up to rural Udon Thani. Not going to the city. It's going to be rural. It's hard to find a hotel that will let him stay, and I've got my commitments as well that I've got to do. So my schedule's not completely free. I'm a very busy person, so I just opted to stay back, sort out the cats and the dogs, and I've got to get through 36 hours of loneliness, isolation, in an otherwise usually pretty isolated lifestyle. But at least I've usually got my wife to talk to and my kids, but my kids aren't even here, obviously. But we are missing a dog. I don't know where Sading is. Hopefully she'll turn up. I must admit also, not doing the greatest physically the last few days. The twins were sick and have passed it on to me and my wife. So my wife's cooked too and gone up to the wedding. So that's why I'm just sort of staying home and not really doing much outside. I've got my lunch, of course. And I think one thing that's a huge factor for expats, if you're going to live in rural Thailand, in Whoop Whoop, you need hobbies, man. I'm fortunate that my hobbies in Australia sort of always involved a controller and, sports. And I love watching my sports as well. So the fact that I can, although I don't really get to do it much anymore, play a video game, watch sport on TV. I don't even have time to watch my doggies anymore. Sort of my interests, my hobbies don't get affected too much living out here in Whoop Whoop. I'm still doing the same thing I'd be doing in Melbourne, Australia, or in the city if I was living in Bangkok. That's I guess a bonus for me. And socially, as I mentioned, I'm a bit of a hermit. I don't socialise too much. I try and stay connected to, people close to me. And one thing you notice in Thailand is those people who try to befriend you, a lot of the times, and it's something I've noticed a lot in the past probably 6 months, a lot of the times it's more that they want something from you. So I guess my hobbies don't include, that social aspect, going to bars and, having a froth. So I don't get bothered too much, I suppose. I'm not missing out. And that's just your own personal preference, I suppose. Hey, it is what it is. That's just things to consider if you are planning to move to Thailand when you think about the where. Because I guess the lower costs, the ability to already have some land somewhere and build a cheap house is very appealing in rural Thailand. And you think, absolutely, I could live there. But until you come here and find out that you can't do it, is it really a sensible decision, I guess? As we continue the boring life here in Thailand, rural Thailand, I was just thinking about my friends. So technology is your biggest friend here in rural Thailand. So I was just talking to my friend in California, my other friend in Singapore, my mum in, regional Victoria, Australia. I just got a message then off, my mate in California, while chatting to another mate down the road in Buriram, and more mates in Melbourne, Australia. So thank God we've got the phones. I can't imagine living in this part of the world 20, 30 years ago, how the expats could have done it. I don't imagine I could have done it if I was, further back in time. But I guess there were expats who did it. So I'm not sure if I showed this, but I have been parking the car here now, and it's just if it rains, I got to get it out of there because it gets too mushy until that land sets up, and it kind of looks like it might rain, I reckon. Okay, so it's about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on the dot actually. We got smashed, man. Put up a photo of the storm approaching. I was busy, so I couldn't do much about it when it was happening. But when you got water on the chairs that are under the porch, that it was a heavy one. The power went off about 4 times, which is not good when you're trying to do stuff. The bicycles moved over there. There's some nice big holes. The people in the comments will love that. Geez, look at the ponds, mate. The pond is flooded. Sorry, I'm getting quite excited over here. I've got a bit of a problem because I was preoccupied. The kitchen slats were open and there is water all over my kitchen right now. I'm gonna have to get the squeegee or whatever it's called. It shut the power off. That much water came in and obviously went in the power point. But this was heavy rains. I moved the car earlier because I knew it was coming, but I didn't have the foresight to shut the slats, obviously. But I can actually see some of the foundations now. So how's that? I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore. My bicycle fell over. It rained that hard. Jeez. The pond. That pond was nowhere near that before. Alright, but I thought I better have a quick look because it was crazy rains, man. I was going to go down to the town 10 minutes away on the motorbike to grab dinner. I probably will. You'll see it on this video, I guess, but just want to have a bit of a look if there's anything to be concerned about. If that sand's fine, then nothing to worry about, mate. But jeez, it rained so bloody hard. Rainy season though. I'll try and show you a bit of the kitchen if I can. It's hard to see, and I haven't got the lights on in there, and as I said, I don't want to get electrocuted. There's likely water mixed with power in there at the moment. I'm going to have to turn the mains off in the house. It's not that the power problem I was talking about in one of the last videos, it turned out to be a dodgy appliance. So it's not it's nothing to do with the house. And this very likely is just, as I said, that's just switched off because there's a power point, on the stovetop that, had water in it, is what I'd say. Can I show you any of it? It's very dangerous. But, I don't know, you can probably see there's water there. It's quite a decent amount of water. Definitely will not go in there right now. And I've shut the door so little Luger doesn't go in there too. And when I get a chance, I'll switch the power off and give it a good dry. Jeez, it was a big one. I'm finally free to sort this out. Crook as anything. I know you can see there's water. The milk's bloody wet. Apparently we've got a little thing somewhere. All that the wife could tell me is it's in the kitchen, but I don't bloody see where it is. And yeah, so I had the slats open. It's not nothing to do with the build, it's just I had the slats open. And we got bloody water everywhere. So I'll turn that upside down and let it dry tonight and try and get this a good dry where I can. But sort of stuff my night, eh? Not too bad now, I moved everything. No one's electrocuted. You know you're hopeless when the missus sends you how to use a mop. She sent me how to use the mop and said they'll be much quicker. So he's only been gone for what, 8 hours, and the joint's a pigsty, mate. Poor Lou. I bet you'd never think you'd see this on a Ricky and Isaan vlog. But check out the mop, it's bloody fancy. Never seen a mop like this. How good's that, mate? It's gonna be here all day though. I don't think it's getting much water. I think I'll just squeegee it out the door. Might be easier. The cane toads are singing. Just gonna cruise down to Bangkok now and find some dinner. Unfortunately, with all the rain and it being 8 PM already, I don't think I'll have much of an option besides 7-Eleven. So I think we're gonna get ourselves a 7-Eleven dinner. We're out looking for frogs and bugs. Got the light on their head, and he was looking in the ground. All the frogs and that come out now. Plenty of cane toads too. All right, let me focus on the road. It gets a little dark for about 1 kilometre here. There's not a lot unless I just want a bit of crapau, so I think I'll creep over to the 7 and 7-Eleven dinner, I think. Alrighty, so at the 7, got ourselves a microwave burger. So I was watching Now and Lao, and they just got them in Lao, I guess. He was asking if they're any good. So I'll show you guys if the burger's alright. They're usually not great. And just the pasta. Yeah. $4 for a dinner. And it's not great quality, but got to make with what I can. A few bits and pieces there, but it's just like hot dogs on a stick. I'll go up the burger and the pasta, I guess. Alright, I'm going to get back home and enjoy my dinner, watch a movie, and call it a day. While I was doing the Yui out on the highway here, I had to stop by a Big C and grab my coffee. So I still have one of them a day. They're a bit harder to find. In general, they're hard to find in Thailand. Not every 7-Eleven and that will stock them. I'm just lucky that this Big C in town, they're usually pretty good. So I grabbed 4 of them. That's 4 days of breakfast right there. Where'd he go? Did he go behind the... There he is. There he is. Look at that fella. Yeah, they all come out when all the rain comes. I guess all the bugs are out and they're eating the bugs, but yeah, I saw a lot of cane toads. I better let the dog out. Let Lou go to the toilet. Go shut the front gate. Should probably check on the cats too and then have some dinner. The camera here is typically not great, but yeah, we need some lights out here, don't we? I'm using the light on my phone. I saw a cat over here. Gigi and a yawn. So they're probably a bit worried. Why has no one come home? We're going to hang out with the white fella tonight. Gigi! How's the kittens in here? Do they need any food or water? Hello! How we all doing, fellas? Bit of rain before, wasn't there? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they need some food. Better give them their food. They're already coming. Even Luger's coming, mate. So the burger's not bad. It's a double patty. It's got this smoky sort of barbecue sauce. Not bad for a 7-Eleven burger, I must say. I'm going to finish off my night watching A Space Odyssey, a movie from 1968. It's a very long time ago. And it seems to have some real life connections to, I guess, what we're facing right now with AI. And I shouldn't say I'm all alone. I've always got my bud here, Luger. He wants a bit of burger, doesn't he? Alright. Appreciate you watching, guys. See you in the next one.